Hi, this is Sam Welker with ThinkParticle.com, and in this video series, or in this video, which is a part of the TP Toolkit visual documentation series, we're going to talk about the attractor object, which is part of a plugin which is found on ThinkParticle.com called the TP Toolkit Pro. This is the 1.3 release we're covering in this video series, and we're going to be talking today about the attractor object. So we just talked about all of the emitters in the last videos, and we're going to be moving forward to the dynamics objects now. And we're going to start with the attractor object. So it's like that really attractive person walking down the street, everybody's heads turn, right? So this is the same thing. When you emit a particle, the particle will fly towards that really attractive object. So when we have our attractor object in a scene, it's going to change the effect of how this emitter over here, this simple emitter, works. So we have our attractor object, and what it does is it's going to start attracting the particles. So it's going to change the direction of travel, and in this case it's pretty intense. It's a harsh travel. So we could turn that down with, say, 15%. Or maybe 25, it's less harsh. Actually, I think in this case, it's going to be that's going to make it less harsh. Okay, so we'll explain how to do that in a moment. So we're just going to give you some visual examples. That just stops moving. So anyways, the attractor object, we'll go ahead and drag that into the scene, or add that to the scene by going to the TP Toolkit. Then we're going to just select that and hit Add and Close. And then we're going to go to our Thinking Particle settings found under the Simulate menu, Thinking Particles, Thinking Particle Settings, and drag that Thinking Particle group in. And then we need to make sure it's enabled, and then we can set it to constant speed, or we can set it to spring speed. And then we have our over particle age. So each particle has its lifespan, and as it gets older, it has it has more age to it. So you can actually control the effect over the age of a particle. So if we set a constant speed to 100, or in this case 1,000, and we have a curve that controls the lifespan multiplier. So at the birth of a particle, that constant speed is set to 0, and at the end of the particle's life, it's 1,000, and it has this curve right here over its lifespan, where over in the center it's 500. Okay, so each particle will have the effect of that. We have our constant speed and our spring speed. So our spring speed is a little bit more springy, like it says, and we can set that to a lower value, and something like 10 looks a little bit more natural. I have found that in Cinema's settings with the spring speeds, a lower value usually looks a lot better. So one of the things I like to do is, let's zero all the y tangents, is set a lower value over the life, and then, say, use the emitter up here, and then I can just kind of, instead of using something like gravity, let's go ahead and set these values to 0. We're going to set these settings up so that the attractor will kind of arc the particles. Okay. So we're going to change the spring speed and turn it up a bit. Okay, so now we're using the spline curve down here to go ahead and move the particles in a curved direction. So we're kind of velocity sculpting of sorts. So if we do that again over here and take all of these settings and just move them to the right a bit, we can keep doing this. And the particles are then going to be affected in that form. Okay. And if we put the attractor down here with 2 attractors now, or something like that, the particles are going to move in a very interesting way using the attractors. So that is a nice little effect that I like to use often. And you can go ahead and check out more videos from this series talking about things, other objects in the TP Toolkit at thinkparticle.com, and you can also find the TP Toolkit there in our shop and pick up your own copy. It's a very affordable tool for advanced thinking particle simulations, which will be great for anything from simulating simple rain to advanced warfare and Transformers, things like that. This is based off of, I believe, the Cebus thinking particles, which is a very powerful system. And that's the same stuff that was used on, all the big Hollywood high budget films for many years. So it's a very powerful system that you can go ahead and check out. And I'm Sam Wilker, and I will see you guys later.